think the danger of AI is much greater than the danger of nuclear warheads by a lot.
People hadn't even finished discussing Donald Trump's remarkable victory when the newly elected president of the United States made an announcement that shocked the entire world. I'm sure you figured out I'm talking about the massive AI project he announced in partnership with some very shady and controversial people.
A new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in AI infrastructure in the United States and very quickly, moving very rapidly, creating over 100,000 American jobs almost immediately.
Look, this Stargate rabbit hole is way deeper than I could ever cover in a single video, but I'm going to try my best to tell you why this seems so sketchy. I mean, look at Larry Ellison. In addition to allegedly being a vampire, he might just be the most successful poster child of the CIA and the deep state actors. The man was pretty much created to help these rogue agencies.
Let's be honest, we all knew this day was coming. I just thought it would be more than 2 days into the presidency. This message is specifically for Donald Trump and his team, as well as every Trump voter out there. Fuck no. Listen, Mr. President, we understand that to put America first, you got to make some big deals with some big dollar signs. And we understand that AI is like the arms race of our time. We understand. But I don't think you realize who you're giving the keys to the castle to. I'm sure Larry seems like a great guy in person when he's talking big money. See, Larry Ellison is straight up CIA. He founded the original Oracle as a CIA project back in the 70s, which he later shut down before opening Oracle, the corporation, which is totally not a CIA front company, despite the fact that they've been funded by the CIA their entire time.
And if you don't want to believe Ian, just listen to what Larry has to say.
Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on. And it's unimpeachable. If there's something going on in a shopping center, and I'll stop, a drone goes out there, get there way faster than a police car. There's no reason for, by the way, high-speed chases. You shouldn't have high-speed chases between cars.
See, the guy is openly telling us what kind of future he envisions using AI. Let's see what else Larry's been up to.
Let me say something that's going to sound really bizarre. Well, you'd probably say, well, he says bizarre things all the time. So why is he announcing this one? It must be really bizarre. So we're in the middle of designing a data center that's north of a gigawatt. But we found the location and the power place. We've looked at it. They've already got building permits for 3 nuclear reactors. These are the small modular nuclear reactors to power the data center. This is how crazy it's getting.
And now this deep state pawn is telling us this.
All of our cancers, cancer tumors, little fragments of those tumors float around in your blood. So you can do early cancer detection. If you can do it using AI, you can do early cancer detection with a blood test. And using AI to look at the blood test, you can find the cancers that are actually seriously threatening the person. So we can, again, cancer diagnosis using AI has the promise of just being a simple blood test. Then beyond that, once we gene sequence that cancer tumor, you can then vaccinate the person, design a vaccine for every individual person to vaccinate them against that cancer. And you can make that vaccine, that mRNA vaccine, you can make that robotically, again, using AI in about 48 hours.
Look, I truly don't understand why Donald Trump let this guy say all this BS on national television using the presidential platform. Maybe he is playing a much bigger game, but this just seems like something his biggest fans would not appreciate. And Larry isn't even the only evil man behind Project Stargate. No, we even have OpenAI CEO Sam Altman joining hands here, and my God, does he have some juicy connections. I mean, just last year, he appointed retired NSA director Paul Nakasone to the board of directors of OpenAI. Let me remind you that this man was the head of U.S. intelligence from 2018 to 2023, a time when our country was getting used like a test site by these deep state actors. And now this man is a board member of the biggest artificial intelligence company in the world. Just another coincidence? You tell me. And this isn't even the worst thing about Sam Altman and OpenAI. I'm sure you've heard about Suchir Balaji, who worked at OpenAI and revealed these things to the New York Times. I thought that AI was a thing that could be used to solve unsolvable problems, like curing diseases and stopping aging. I thought we could invent some kind of scientist that could help solve them. However, by 2024, he said he had realized he no longer wanted to contribute to technologies that he believed would bring society more harm than benefit. And just like all those Boeing whistleblowers, the guy was found dead inside his apartment, and it was quickly determined that he had unalived himself. He was only 26 years old.
A former artificial intelligence researcher with OpenAI has died. Suchir Balaji was found dead in his San Francisco home on November 26th.
And his mother later said that they attacked him and killed him. She also told this to investigative journalist George Webb.
There's a sign of fight in the bathroom, and we've seen his blood on the sink also, edge of the sink. And that blood is very different from the main pool of blood. Yes. We see that like he tried to hold the door and he tried to run around, and the blood flow shows that he was in motion.
Crawling out.
Crawling. He was in motion.
Yeah, important document.
We lost the pen drive. He had something in the pen drive. It was lost.
Yeah, but you do have the phone, and you can get to the phone with permission from the court, and you do have the laptop, and you can get in with the permission from the court. I don't know why they wouldn't give you that permission.
Yeah, they would give. It's just a matter of time and matter of process and the policy. We will get to that point when we get there, but it's in the safe lock right now. We're not holding it physically for our safety.
So OpenAI, which has been involved in some very concerning scandals and also has deep-rooted ties to the intelligence mafia, is getting $500 billion to run one of the biggest technological projects of all time. Now, luckily, Elon Musk told everyone through some tweets that SoftBank just doesn't have the kind of money it's promising to invest into this project, so likely it won't go anywhere. However, I would like to make a counterpoint here. We can't forget that the project is being backed by the President of the United States, and he certainly has some very deep pockets and a lot of influence. And I would also like to answer another question. People are wondering why Elon didn't advise the president to reconsider Project Stargate. After all, Elon has been suing OpenAI because he claims the company has strayed from its original mission and become too focused on profit. He has also backed a California bill to regulate AI. And how can we forget this statement?
That would be insane. And mark my words, AI is far more dangerous than nukes. Far. So why do we have no regulatory oversight? This is insane.
And yet this man who seemingly hates Sam Altman and his vision has not raised any alarms about this deeply divisive project. Well, to understand this, you need to first realize that Elon has some serious financial ties with Larry Ellison.
So Elon Musk was just forced by a judge to release the names of the people who bought X with him. One of the names was the creator of Oracle, Larry Ellison, via the Lawrence J. Ellison Revocable Trust. Funny thing about the Oracle data collection software is that it started as a secret CIA project 3 years before Larry created it. I mean, he didn't even change the name of it, see, Project Oracle? And his biggest contracts were always with the CIA.
So it turns out when you try to dig a little deeper, you'll find people like Larry Ellison controlling everything around you. And now this weirdo has wormed his way into Donald Trump's central team, and that's what worries me the most. And I'm not alone in this.
But this is how you lose your entire base. This is how you lose every single person in the media that just supported you. I guarantee you this is how you lose Tucker. You'll lose Alex. You'll lose Joe. You'll lose Candace. You'll lose just about everybody except for Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro.
Now, moving on, let's talk about the meeting of the World Economic Forum. I found it very suspicious. People there were happily praising Donald Trump.
Trump has done something no person in the world has ever done before. a dead man, a dead politician, has risen. Somebody who, if we were 4 years ago at Davos, he's buried, dead politically, known to me. He's now returned. This is the greatest comeback in political history of a politician. And then, therefore, he thinks he can do anything.
We need to also factor in not only who's won, which is Trump.
I mean, he's not wrong, but for some reason, I just feel like this is yet another ploy to get on the good side of our new president and the millions of people who voted for him. But I would like to remind those people that at the same conference, people also preached things like this.
I propose putting an end to anonymity on social media and force all these platforms to link every user account to an European digital identity wallet.
You do not even have to have elections anymore because you can already predict and afterwards you can say, why do we need elections? Because we know what the result will be. Can you imagine such a world?
If you ask me, this forum should be the very first thing we need to get rid of if we ever want to stop the globalists who are trying to put down this wave of freedom across the Western world. And also, we need to bring the Ukrainian president to reality because now he's asking, or should I say blackmailing Europe to pay for the war with Russia.
And for this, Europe needs the EU and NATO. Is this possible without Ukraine and without a just end to Russia's war against Ukraine? I'm certain the answer is no.
I wonder why he didn't mention how Ukraine's chief army psychiatrist was just arrested on corruption charges. And what's crazy is that the man was implicated in a similar case all the way back in 2017 and even had to give up SUVs and several properties to save his hide. And then he just continued working with the army as if nothing had happened. And you're telling me we're supposed to pay these guys so they can continue a war that has consumed countless lives in addition to hundreds of billions of taxpayer dollars? Another thing I would like to share with you is that Donald Trump has said Joe Biden can still be brought to justice thanks to one simple reason.
This guy went around giving everybody pardons. And you know, the funny thing, maybe the sad thing, is he didn't give himself a pardon.
Speaker Mike Johnson has also shared his intentions of looking into Biden's unhinged pardon spree.
Mr. Speaker, to potentially have any type of congressional action on the pardons that President Biden issued over the last couple of days?
It was shocking. I mean, it was shocking what President Biden did on the way out, pardoning his family for more than a decade of whatever activity, any nonviolent offenses. It was breathtaking to us. I don't think that's anything like that's ever been anticipated. And by the way, go look at the tape, 4 years ago, when it was just implied that President Trump might do something similar. They were apoplectic. Joe Biden himself, Adam Schiff, Chuck Schumer, roll the tape. They all said that would be crazy and unconscionable, and now they're cheering it along. To us, it is disgusting. To us, it probably proves the point, the suspicion, that, they call it the Biden crime family. If they weren't the crime family, why do they need pardons, right? Look, there's a lot of attention that's going to be paid to this, and I think that is appropriate, and we will be looking at it as well. So, yeah.
However, this might not result in anything conclusive. The Supreme Court has already granted presidents, in general, a definitive absolute immunity from prosecution for core official acts and said presidents should be presumed immune for a much more expansive list of acts. While this ruling was vital in helping Trump, it does give Biden the same freedom, and I guess that's why Joe was so comfortable pardoning all these bad eggs. Now, I would love to know what you guys think about this Project Stargate situation. Do you think Donald Trump is making the right decision to keep America at the forefront of AI, or do you think it's a decision he's going to come to regret? Feel free to share your thoughts with everyone in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. See you later.